everyone, my name is Jamie. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you find something that you like. So it has been about 2 weeks since I last talked with you guys. It is early in the morning before work. It is, let's see, December 12th, Thursday. And I wanted to go ahead and just hop on and let you guys know what I've been stitching on lately. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. As you can see, I have a pile of FFOs, so I'm going to start with those first. So first up, I have a set of 3 Dapper doodads by Stitching with the Housewives. This is City Christmas by Stitching with the Housewives. All of these 3 were stitched on a 14 count white Aida with a stash conversion DMC. I finished them all the same with a piece of sticking board with fabric, and then another piece of sticky board with batting, and then the stitching piece. I believe this is 1 through 3 of City Christmas. These were a lot of fun to do. They were very quick stitches. The Dapper doodads typically are, and these were a lot of fun. Yep, so that's Stitching with the Housewives. Up next, I have 2 ornaments that I'm giving away for Christmas. The first one is a thistle. Ooh. That's what it looks like. This was stitched on a 18 count white Aida, and I just used a stash conversion DMC, and I made it into a little pillow. I added a little piece of twine so it can be a key fob or a little ornament for the tree. So that's thistle. And this is a pattern I just found on Pinterest, by the way. It was nothing special. Found a free pattern on Pinterest, printed it out, and stitched it up. Up next, I have a black cat. This is going to be for my sister-in-law. And I stitched this on a 18 count white Aida with DMC 310 black, and this was also a pattern that I found on Pinterest, but it was actually out of the book 100 mini cross stitch patterns, I believe. I'll link the it down below on Amazon, I believe, is where you can find it. And then I just added another piece of, this one is a ribbon that I have. So that way it can be a ornament or a key fob as well. And then this is what the back looks like. This one was the easiest to do because of the surface area. And then I have another one that I'm going to show the back of. I'm not going to show the stitching on it, because this one's for my mother-in-law, and she does watch my videos. So I'm not going to show the stitching quite yet, but this is what the backing looks like. I'm not quite happy with it, but I know she's going to like it. I have to figure out how to put a piece of ribbon on it. I have forgotten that. So that's going to be a little bit tricky, but I'm very excited about it. It's just so tiny. It's so tiny. I'm so excited to gift it. It's a weird shape because I had to cut it weird. So it's not circular. It's not triangle. It's like this weird hexagon shape. I don't know. I just know she'll like it. She'll like it. But I'm really excited about it. Oh, that was a little sneak peek. Okay. So up next I have Holly by Hello from Liz Matthews. This was a freebie from, I got this one from the CrossStitch the Globe video of 50 plus Christmas patterns. This was included in the video and I decided to stitch it. It can be found on Liz Matthews' website that I will link down below as well. I stitched this with a stash conversion DMC on a 32 count, I believe, linen, mystery linen. Might be 28 count. 28 or 32 count mystery linen, one of the two. And then I turn this into a little pillow. That's what the back looks like. All right. Up next, I have Snowman Quaker. This was also part of the Cross Stitch the Globe video. Stitched this on the same mystery linen with stash conversion DMC. And this one turned out really cute into a little pillow as well. And then I finished this with that same fabric for the other one that I just showed you. This one I stitched up in a day at work. It was really fast. So was the holly. I stitched those up in one day at work. Up next, I have Cup of Cheer by Primrose Cottage. This was part of the Sip and Stitch that they had released for their Christmas edition. So if you don't want to see the patterns or you haven't gotten in yet, look away. Or pause the video or just skip ahead for a minute or two. But this is what this one is part of the Sip and Stitch. And I stitched a little section of it, not the full piece, just a little section. But here's mine. So I took one motif of the pattern. I'm not going to say it out loud in case of those people who haven't received it want to be surprised. But I took one motif of the pattern and stitched it. And just stitched it into a little pillow. I used a, hold on one second. Okay. I used a stash conversion DMC and a fabric I had from my stash for the backing as well. I did not use the fabric that came with it. And if you can see on the front, I missed 2 stitches. And I'm really upset about it. Because that's all I can see is those 2 stitches that I missed. Oh well, I'm really excited about it. This was really fun. This also took me like a day to do. All right, up next I have Merry and Bright, and I forget who this is by. I will put it down right here. But this one was also part of the Cross Stitch the Globe video that I had watched, and I stitched the free pattern that came with it. So, I'll put what it looks like right here because I had left out 2 little motifs, one on the top and one on the bottom. And I did that because I wanted it to be square, just a square pillow to match my other pillows. So I left off the 2 little motifs on it. But I just used a, the same mystery linen. I believe, now that I'm looking at it, the holes look big. I believe it's 28 count. It's a 28 count. I believe it's an Irish linen, Charles Craft. I know it's Charles Craft. I'm not sure what the color, but it's Irish, I think. But that's what it looks like. This was really fun. Also took me like a day to do because it's not that big. It's just words. And then this is what the backing looks like. Just something I had in my stash from Joann's. Up next, I have, I forget what this is called. I believe it's called Berry Sampler, maybe? But it's from the Just CrossStitch 2024 magazine Christmas edition. And this is what it looks like. Turn mine into a little pillow with the year 2024 on it. Little cardinal and holly berries. This one was so much fun to do. I have found out through my couple years of stitching that I love to do words. They go so fast. I love it. Yep. And then I just finished this with a piece of fabric I got from Hobby Lobby. And on this one, I don't know if you can hear it, but that's poly pellets. So I put some poly pellets in it to kind of weigh it down and give it some like oomph a little bit. And then I just fill the rest with stuffing until I was happy with it. And then it just sits in my little dough bowl. All right, and then my last FFO is December Quaker. Sorry, what am I talking about? It's December monthly weigh-in by Stitching with the Housewives. You just saw a little bit of it, but this is what it looks like. This was a previous whip that I only had a little bit done on it, and I got this finished during my week at work last week. This one was a lot of fun to do. I think all of the weigh-ins are a lot of fun to do. I finished this with some sticky board and fabric I got from Joann's, and then put the piece on a piece of sticky board and batting as well, and hot glued it down. I do have these on magnets, so that way you can just snap right on there, and it's interchangeable. And sorry, this is stitched on a 28 count T-dye Monaco, which is called for, and then the called for classic color works that I got in the floss pack that came with it. So that is Stitching with the Housewives. Okay, up next I have new starts. All right, the first new start I have is Autumn Acorns by Michelle Garrett of Bendy Stitchy Designs. Sorry, tongue twister. And this is where I am. Let me get a board real quick. Okay, this is where I am. So I actually have a good amount of this done. This is stitched on a 32 count Country Mocha Lugana. And I'm using the called for DMC for this. Like I said, this one is a lot of fun. It's I'm working on it during work, so it's a little slow going, but it's a lot of fun. I really like it. This one I wanted to get done before Thanksgiving because we were hosting Thanksgiving. This would have been a cute Thanksgiving piece, but I didn't get it done, and that's fine. I'm gonna kind of stitch on it here and there until it's done, is my goal. Don't let it become a lifelong whip, because I literally only have a motif here, which I think is, if I remember correctly, just the year, and then I have just a little bit of motif here, and I gotta finish out the basket. So I don't have that much left, to be honest. A day of stitching and I'll be done, to be honest. That one was a lot of fun to do. All right, up next I have, this one is Primrose by Primrose Cottage. It's the Free Stitch Friday as part of their newsletter. So again, if you may not want to see that, then please look away. But this one was the Friday one that just got released last week. And then it's called Cocoa and Cookies. And this is where I am. So mine looks a little different because I did French knots in the cookie. You can't really see it that well on the camera, but I did French knots in the cookie to make them chocolate chip. Guys, I used to never be able to do French knots. Just couldn't do it. I learned how to do it over the weekend, and now I want to add them on everything. They are so much fun to do. I have another piece where I learned how to do them that I'm going to show you a little later, and oh my god, they're just so much fun. Why didn't no one tell me that they were fun and not the nightmare that they are? But this is what I got to in my stitching. So I'm stitching on this during work, so it is a little bit more slow going, but it's getting more progress than it would otherwise. So my plan for work is to fill out the next little cookie motif, fill those in, and then just kind of work on the four corners, and then just kind of go from there, just kind of work my way out, from the middle out is my goal. And then my little needle minder came with the floss pack and fabric pack from the Free Stitch Friday kit. And that is Cocoa and Cookies by Primrose Cottage. Up next, I have Joy by Stitching with the Housewives. This one was a bonus from a chart that when you bought the chart, it was a bonus pattern with it. And this is what it's going to look like, because this is all where I am right now. Just have the little J. This is stitched on a 28 count 28 count Monaco that I dyed petal pink myself using a stash conversion DMC. But so far all you see is 310 black. And I am so sorry. Well, that's what that one looks like. There's not much to say about that. But I did not say what this was stitched on. So my Free Friday stitch from Primrose Cottage is stitched on a 32 count light taupe merino Lugana with the called for weeks dye works. And then the little French knots, I used molasses weeks dye works. That is not called for. That was one I had in my stash. All right, sorry about that. All right. Up next, I have one whip to show you guys, just one. But this is where I am with it. This is Honeybee Haven by Carolyn Manning Designs. And this is a round robin that I am doing with Rebecca from Beck Stitches Everything, Jen from Jen's Fiberweb, and Jill from Stitchin' Books. We're all stitching a pattern from Carolyn Manning. We're stitching a quadrant and then passing it along. I currently have Rebecca's piece, and this is what it looks like. So this is the quadrant that she stitched on. And then I am from here over. So I don't have a whole lot done, but my goal is to stitch on this a whole lot more this month. This Sunday, I'm not doing anything, so this is going to get a lot of love on Sunday. And then this is going to be my weekly night stitching. So this is stitched, I don't believe I know what this is stitched on. It's the called for DMC, but to see what it's stitched on, it's a 14 count. I believe it's a Picture This Plus, but I'm not sure. It is on her Instagram, on Rebecca's Instagram, if you want to go to Instagram and check out what this is being stitched on. But I love the colors in this. It's so pretty. It's not hard. What's hard is finding a block of time in the afternoon to focus on it. That's what's being hard for me, because I want to give this, because it only has, I believe, 8 or 9 colors. It's not that many colors, but as you can see, it color changes a lot. So that's just kind of what's keeping me a little slow going. And then I want to block out at least an hour and a half of stitching so that way I can get a good progress on it. But I'm having really hard time finding that hour and a half time in my day, because I have homework, I work a full-time job, I'm in school full-time, I'm a full-time mom, you know, all of these other factors come into place. So it's really hard for me to find that time. But hoping to get that done. My goal was the first week in December. That has now failed. My goal is now by the end of the month, so that way I can get that done. All right. I guess you consider this a new start, but it's embroidery, so I wanted to show it last. That was all of my whips and stitching and cross stitch. Like I said, I have one embroidery piece, so if you want to stick around for that, I'm really excited to show this. So what this is, I took one of these embroidery transfers I got from Hobby Lobby, and I took the Happy Holiday one, the one right there in the corner, and I put it on a towel, ironed it on a towel, and then this is kind of where I am with it. This is my first time doing embroidery, so I am learning a lot. As you can see, I learned how to do French knots, like I said, so that's really exciting. I'm learning a whole bunch of different stitches. I don't think it looks good, but I don't think it looks bad either. Like, I'm relatively okay with how it looks. It's not gonna be for use. It's just gonna be for decoration around my house. But I think it looks cute, and I really like it. So like I said, this is just a towel, literally a towel, cotton. I got from Hobby Lobby. It was like $2.99 in the right next to the DMC, and then I just used my iron and ironed on the transfer, put it in a hoop, and that's where I am. I'm gonna start stitching on it. So this is, the wording is back stitching. The hollies are French knots. I'm trying to, everything else, I'm trying to do satin stitches, but it's not turning out how I want it to. So I think I'm gonna have to watch another couple videos to see how to do satin stitches. But yeah, that's what that is. My first embroidery project. I'm really excited about it. It's coming along what I think is good, and I only have 1, 2, 3 motifs and then just fill in, so I think it's turning out really cute. I'm really excited to display this, to be honest, with my first project. All right, so that was all I had for my stitching. If that's what you came for, thank you so much for joining, and I hope you join me next time on my next video. I do have one thing to haul I'm going to show real quick. And if you saw my last video, you saw that I showed these 2 books from Leisure Arts Publication. And I showed they're right there. It's Holiday Remembered and Christmas Portraits. And I showed just like the covers of them. I'm going to do a flip through actually here in the new year. So stay on the lookout for that, because I want to do a flip through of them. I think that'd be fun. But I went on eBay and I got another one. This is Timeless Ornaments. And my favorite one in here is actually what the cover photo is. And I'll show you on the page what it looks like. But it is, it retells a night before Christmas. And then they have a whole bunch of other little patterns in here, but this one's my favorite one. Oh, I was showing the wrong side of the camera, like you could see that. Okay. So they got this one. And I'll do a flip through, but this is just kind of the general idea of them. I think they are all so cute. And then, of course, they have, like, other ones in here. Like, they have, like, some hollies and then poinsettias. This one's my favorite. They have gnomes. I love gnomes. And mushrooms. How cute. How cute. But that was my only haul that I had. So, excuse me one quick second. Thank you. So that was the only haul that I had. I'm going to talk about just kind of like life, I guess, plans. And like I said, I've been stitching. All of the things that I've been stitching, I've been finishing, which is good. I'm just not getting any touch on my whips. They've all been new starts. So I have to get some touch on my whips. I am going to film a 2024 whip parade video. here in the next couple weeks. I'm going to get that out definitely by the end of the month, so that way that can be viewed for you guys. I think it's 26 or 25 whips. Not a whole lot, but enough. And then I also am going to film a 2025 plans video. I am still finalizing all of my plans, kind of getting everything still on paper. So be on the lookout for that video this month. I'm really excited about that one too. And then just like I said, my focuses are working on my round robin this month, anytime that I can get, and then working on my cocoa and cookies during work. Those two are my two focus pieces this month. My piece I was doing for my best friend, and That's Why We're Made for Each Other by Witchy Stitcher, that I'm doing a little into the month of January. I'm not seeing her this month. At least we haven't made any plans to see each other. We typically make plans weeks in advance because we're both very busy. But I'm not seeing her this month, so I'm kind of putting that to the back burner, on hold for now. And then I hope to actually make some project bags for me, maybe for my Etsy shop, I don't know. Speaking of my Etsy shop though, I currently have my entire shop at 35% off, and from now until December 31st, 2024. There is no code necessary. I do have some project bags, I have key fobs, and then I have a wall hanging, I believe, on there. All, like I said, all of it's 35% off. And yeah. So if you want to check out something, they're perfect for stocking stuffers, perfect for Christmas gifts, and each purchase comes with a free gift. So that's really exciting too. So I believe that's all that I had for you guys. So I am going to actually go clock into work, edit this video when I get off, and then upload it for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your day and get some stitching in. And I'll see you guys here in a couple weeks. Bye.